Alright, we're going to be replacing our cabin air filter. This is for your like air conditioning and heating. It's not the same as the engine air filter. I'm using the Walmart brand, but you can use whatever one you want. So the first step is we're going to remove the fuse panel here. This is on the passenger side. So you can just pull that out. There's a few screws in here that you need to undo. So we're going to take these out. And it looks like there is 2 screws here on the side that I forgot to take off. One is right here, right there, and then the other one is down here. So let me take those off. Next thing we need to do is pop this little area underneath your radio. You kind of just have to like keep pulling it down, and eventually the little clip there will come undone, and then get that screw off. Once we get this screw off here and we get the screws on the other side off, then we want to take this panel off. Kind of work that off there like that. Pulling down. It should be in here with just plastic clips, so carefully I'm gonna pull it down. So once we get that plastic panel off, then we need to take out this screw, and this screw right here. Now a little trick here is I had to actually use a ratchet with a screw bit on it to get these ones out, because they were in here so tight. So, and if you don't want to lose the screws after you do it, probably just screw the screw back into the hole if you can. And I'm just going to let it dangle by this ground cable, but just be careful you don't damage the ground cable. Now we also need to take out the glove box, so we need to take these screws off. Once we get these screws down here taken off, now we need to open the glove box and pry up on these little things, and then there's a Phillips screw that needs to be taken out. Same thing with this side, and there's also 2 screws right here that need to be taken out. Alright, so the key to getting this open is you kind of have to pull it forward, and then also there's a connector right here you need to make sure that you just squeeze it and pull, but pull it forward and down. And the filter is here, so we want to just unclip this bottom and pull up, and we can should be able to take it off like that. Jeez. So this is the filter that's dirty, and it looks pretty dirty. One option would be to use a vacuum. Stick a vacuum in there if you have a nozzle that's small enough. You can also use like a pick tool to kind of get some of it out. Another option is to use like a pipe cleaner, stick it in there, kind of get some of the leaves and stuff out of there. And just... Alright, we're going to remove, now that we removed the air filter, we want to remove the filter from the actual bracket. So we'll pull it out. It's pretty filthy. Put the new filter in, and it has a little arrow on the end to indicate which direction it goes in. And honestly, these Walmart filters look pretty cheap and not as good as these ones, or these filters. I don't know what these are, maybe Fram or something. Anyway, so you want the airflow lined up, put that in there like that, and then do the same for the other one. Alright, once we've got the filters in the brackets, now we're going to put it back in, and we want to make sure that the airflow is pointing to the left. Put that one in, put in the other one. Same sort of thing. And lift this guy up. We put in the other one. There we go. The airflow on both of them should be pointing to the left. Should snap on. So let's put the glove box back in. And make sure to connect this connector to here, and you just kind of have to wiggle and then just push it in there and eventually you'll get it in. I had to take it out and put it back in. Alright, so we'll put this back. I'm going to put this screw in here. Alright, once we got the panel back in there, then we've put this screw in there. Then we want to drop these screws. So make sure the two screws, you put them in there first before you put this panel back up. And put the panel back in there, and then you can screw in these screws. And then the last screws are these ones. And the last part is you put this cover back on.